we're just going to do a pull and talk session. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, this is just typically for entertainment then. Um, if you're new or returning, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. If you can, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Subscribe, subscribe. It does help the channel grow as well as helps me pick up on the energy. We're just going to pull some oracle cards and talk about it. Rainbows and juggling. Music. Listening to music. So rainbows for me is reaching the end. It equates to 28, which breaks down to a 10. Tens represent completion. So when you reach a completion or the end of a rainbow per se, we typically find a pot of gold. We find our heart's content. We find the flow of underneath the deck, that music energy, the rhythm of which we've been searching, right? Then we have also juggling, 19 representing a 10 as well. So that tells me we have two completions. And what is balance? Two completions in music to balance out. So either we have two people, one juggling, one reaching the end, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and the other, still trying to juggle and coming to a completion with that juggling act, finding that balance in music, finding a connection in music, something to that nature. But we're going to pull and see what's it about. It's my mini deck. I don't use it much because it's small. It's small like the Island Time Wellness deck. So I have bigger hands and I need bigger cards. Not too big though. The other deck is quite large for my hands. So what are we talking about? So that's just some information. Reaching the end, reaching completion. Rainbows identify, brighter days. Rainbows come after the storm, when clouds and disperse and the sun comes out. It's a reflection of the light. We have the juggler, again, juggling. That came out for masculine in my divine masculine, divine feminine read. Juggling, trying to keep everything in the air, trying to keep everything going, and, just in motion, and that person just sitting in the middle trying to keep it all together. All the while we have the lovers. Choices in love, choices in general, in life and in love, decisions and options, being watched over to make that decision, that choice. This card has an angel looking over the masculine and the feminine, with the snake and the apple here, kind of representing Adam and Eve type. There's that angel again with the temperance card. Just trying to keep things on an even playing field. That would go back to the reference with the juggler, making sure things are, balanced and equal. And there's patience and calm and tranquility and healing energy surrounding temperance. Not always just patience and waiting. There's that that flow of energy that keeps everything in balance with the chariot for forward movement. We look at life as something we do or things that happen to us, things that, society puts on us as a normal or a to-do list. Basically, you must go to school, you must get a job, you must go to, you must go to college, you must get a job, you must start a family, you must. But in order to do so, to move forward, we kind of have that energy of, it's a fine balance between what you should do and what makes you happy, juggling the happiness and, your day to day, being temperance, choices in love and life. Okay. That's too many. We're not even going to let those fall. A lot of times we get, so yeah. Self-love, self-care, what fulfills our hope, oh goodness, our heart, our emotions, what fulfills our own cup, as well as giving it to others, versus the things that keep us stuck and bound, the things that control us, the things that we juggle between our heart and the things that we must do. We have to look at things as a fine balance with that temperance here, juggling. We have to continue to enjoy ourselves as well as do the things that keep us up and running and moving forward. We can't let those things control us either. And these two are polar opposites, the Lovers and the Devil card. The Devil card speaks to temptation, control, addictions, things that we don't typically like but are stuck to. Things that make us feel we're stuck and bound. The things and thoughts that control our actions and whether we come or go, or, it goes to question, what are we waiting for with the Three of Wands? What are we waiting for? To release those bonds? To be released? Because this hand doesn't look like it's going to release anytime soon. It looks like it's reaching for more control. What are we waiting for is the question. What are we waiting for? There's the Chariot again. You got to move forward. You got to move forward. We have to move beyond anything that keeps us stuck and bound. We have to have that mindset. And it's funny because I was literally having this conversation with my kid the other day, and it's on the level of, what are you waiting for someone to tell you what to do? We have to be strong enough in mind to take action and move forward. We have to be strong enough in heart and soul and spirit to take control of our own lives. Release that stuck and bound energy, that control. Stop waiting to move forward. Just move forward. Move beyond what makes you unhappy. Find that balance. Because again, that temperance between this and this, it's going to be the ultimate survival skill for that self-love, that fulfillment of that cup that's yours to offer or to keep for yourself, or however you want to look at it. But it's still there. It's still a common denominator somewhere in there where you are the root of that stuck and bound. So please don't let things swallow you whole. Please don't let things, people, societal norms, thoughts, ways of being, anything that hasn't allowed a person to grow, you yourself to grow, as well as, mental, soul, religious, spiritual, even just, if you find yourself, let's just say this, on all those platforms. And if you find yourself in the same position you have always been, if you're still at the same job, if you're still, driving the same car, yeah, the finances may not be there, but what have exactly you moved forward from? Have we progressed beyond? Take control. The Emperor, take control of your life. Move on to calmer waters. Those aren't what you handpick for yourself, and it certainly doesn't seem like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Connect the two. Connect the two from the practical, the societal norms. Move on to connect the two ways of being. One being the Ace of Cups, your emotional being, and then the other cup would be the fulfillment of, human natural ways of living. You got to have a roof over your head. You got to have a car. You have to have stability, financial ties in some kind of way. Otherwise, you tilt the scales in one way or the other. It's all for stability and your foundation. These 4 pillars would be the 4 walls of which you reside in, that you're within inside yourself. We don't have to build something in accordance to anyone else's beliefs or structure. We have to determine our future ourselves. Now, we are given guidelines and structure. For whatever reason, I'm picking up Hierophant, but that hasn't came out. Let's keep going. Yeah, having the strength and the courage, tame that lion, tame that beast of which you really don't want it roaming free. And that's funny because it falls underneath the devil card. Be stronger than that. Be stronger mentally, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially. You got to be stronger. And if it takes you making some drastic changes in order for forward movement, don't let those fear, which would be encompassed in that devil card, don't let that fear control you. Don't let it control you. Move forward. Why are you waiting to move forward? Yes, certain circumstances require patience and temperance, as it suggests. However, we still have to decide to choose ourselves. At any given point in your life, how many times has somebody else's decision benefited you or made you happy at the end, gave you your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? Just think about that. Having the strength to be emotionally fulfilled and stable, secure for the long term. Have enough guts to do that, please. And I ask that for myself. I ask that for everyone out there. Do not let society, other people, family members, friends, anything that you can plan or do. If you have children, keep them in mind and plan for a better future. Don't give them the same results of what you had and what you grew up in, because what you grew up in got you here, afraid, waiting to move forward. Open up your heart. Use your intuition. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is very intuitive. This card, the influencer energy behind the Queen of Cups would be someone who protects their cup. Not in this deck, but in traditional decks, the Queen of Cups has a lid on it. A lid on the cup. That means, I open it at my own free will. I open it when I see it's okay to do so. Otherwise, it's closed and it's for me. This Ace of Cups overflows. And it's in the hand. It looks like a feminine hand, but we're going to go from there. But it is overflowing and it's filled, and even the little birdie is putting something into it. When you fulfill your own cup, people tend to want to help you out with that too. When you are doing and striving and not competing with anybody except for yourself, you tend to find yourself either alone or with a bunch of people surrounding you trying to do for you. And you have not asked not one human for help. That's not always the case, but it is typically offerings and being rewarded and getting those blessings from nature naturally. You're getting those blessings naturally to fulfill your own cup. They come in without asking. They come in because you have taken those steps and you've driven that chariot in the direction of which you're trying to go, which is emotional fulfillment and long-term stability. Want to use another one. Okay. I just like the way this one shuffles. What else we want to talk about? Basically, a lot of this is control and releasing that, waiting to move forward. I say don't wait. Take control of your own life. Move on. Yep. Success, attention will come. Success, public recognition, all that will come when you take control of your own life. We don't wait for anyone. We don't. If your finances are tied around another person, why? Regardless if you're married or not, we got to understand the concept. Do we not have two incomes? So why is one person financially stable and the other one is not? We have two incomes. We must look at the root of that. We must look at where that is going. Paying attention and getting that recognition, you could have so much more when combined. If we move as one unit, we get a little bit more success and triumph, a little bit more victory. That was just side note. That wasn't pertaining to anything else, but that just came in along the way. Now, public perception, attention, the idea of it is overly romanticized with the Knight of Cups. It's overly romanticized. We got to see clearly through that. We have to cut through the meat and potatoes and understand, get a sharper vision of that, because why are we thriving to impress when we feel chained and stuck and bound? We're waiting to move forward. Why? Most of the times we don't progress because of other people's thoughts, opinions, words that may be said, and viewpoints, beliefs. If those aren't your beliefs, drop them. If those aren't, see, I'm getting more Hierophant. I keep getting Hierophant. We have to understand what exactly our belief system is as well. Because that person's belief system is stemmed from the way they were raised. They weren't raised like you. That was a person raised by a single mother versus you being raised by two parents, a balanced masculine and feminine energy. Now, they may not have been balanced or unstable. Two parents that did not, show financial stability. So the single mother would be more responsible than the two. or vice versa. The two being more responsible than the single mother not having the structure because they don't simply have the income and they're just doing what they have to do to survive. However, we still look at it as getting public attention as a romantic vision. We have googly eyes for it. And we have to see through that. We have to cut through that in order, because it's a burden. It weighs us down. 10 of Wands. See, and that's just going along. Public attention is over romanticized. If we look clearly, we will become unblocked. We will become unstuck, able to make our own decisions. Two of Swords in reverse. It's telling you to have harmony and celebrate yourself. Celebrate your life. Celebrate and have a good time. Walk away from those things that no longer serve us. Emotions, people, places, things. It's an energy of saying bye to the way things have been. Let's throw out the rule book. Let's throw out societal norms. Let's throw out what has kept us chained and stuck. That does not give us emotional and long-term stability. And I know I keep switching these around, but I know I pulled the 10 of Cups and then the 10 of Pentacles. Keep that balance. There's that juggling energy again. Keep that balance. Walk away from that which does not serve. We get, again, bogged down with normals and societal ways of being and traditions and things like that. But if it doesn't, click with you, it doesn't vibe with you, move in your own way. We're here as individuals. We're not here as a group where we must be robotic and uniform, cookie cutter, right? We don't have to be in the energy of, John did it, so I must be like John, so I'm John too. So now we got 1,000 Johns running around, but there's no Jonathans, there's no Jeffreys, there's no Justins, there's no Marys, there's no Miriams, there's no Marias, there's no any of that. We just got Marys, bunch of Johns and Marys running around. We don't know or are able to differentiate. We're unique. That's why we're all here, because we all were special beings that came here and was brought here to build and grow and evolve and make the world a better place. We forget that along the way. We are here to grow. Can't grow if we're doing the same thing. If we're tied to and we're waiting, we're not going with the flow. That would be Temperance in reverse. Making choices, the Lover card, life choices. Adam and Eve, to bite the apple to not. Being watched over and doing it even though you're being watched over. What's being seen, and we have to take accountability for our own actions. We have to get right with, one, our path, two, with our maker, creator, God, universe, whoever you feel you owe karma to, you owe an apology to, whoever that being is that saw you, watching over you, doing those things with societal norms, not keeping the balance. Keep that in mind, because again, it was seen. Let's go. I'm going to do these. Sorry. A lot of times it's easy to go along, to get along. But when you stand your ground and you're strong in who you are, No one can knock that stability from you. No one can knock your fulfillment away from you. No one can take it. No one can take your finances. No one can have an effect on your mood or emotions. You're in control. You're the one in control of your life. There's the Ace of Swords again. Stand in your own truth. Have truth and clarity on your own. Don't rely on others to give that to you. And that's how you reach your rainbow at the end. Get clarity on the complacency, the boredom, the discontent, the overindulgence and wasteful energy, the luxury of life. Don't throw that away. Get the truth behind that. There is truth behind that luxury of being wasteful. And in that card, they're very wasteful. They have knocked spilled cups over. You got cookies over there stealing on the table. It's not productive. It's not productive. It's energy of boredom, discontent. Is that the life you want to live? Because it's not yours. If it was yours, will we question being stuck? Will we question waiting? Will we question if we'll be fulfilled? Will we connect with someone? Will we question our long-term stability? Will we question any of that? Or would we want to walk away if it was our life? Would we have been blocked in the first place? Would we have been stuck and bound if it was for you? You have to learn that lesson. There's the Six of Swords again. There's the Queen of Cups again. It's starting to repeat itself, so we're going to switch back. Six of Swords, surgically remove any snakes surrounding your heart. Any snakes slither, they hide in grass, they move in slick, slithery ways, with it coiled around the swords and around the heart. You gotta remove them. You gotta remove it. And that's anything or anybody, whether you're stuck at a job you hate, whether you are not making enough money and you would like to reach for more financial success. What are we waiting for? That's the key. Rainbows and juggling. We got to understand what we're juggling and what is at the end of that rainbow for us of what we're juggling. Because if you're juggling finances, for what? For your own stability, typically, I hope so. But again, I hope it's not to keep up appearances. I hope it's not to, oh, well, so-and-so got a new car, so I'm going to get a new car. Or, the neighbor, did remodeling, so I'm going to do remodeling. Why? Why are you doing it? Are you in the financial space to do so? We have to remove that, those snakes around the heart. That's jealousy, envy, hate, greed, control, power hungry. All of those things that are coiled around us and we have to look inside. It typically doesn't have to do with anybody outside of us. So a lot of that is self-control. Self-control here. The Strength card is taming that beast inside that makes us envious, that makes us controlling and power hungry. How about we just move to the beat our own drum? Because like I said, when you fill your own cup, the universe kind of supplies some too. See that bird? Then we have the Queen of Cups, the therapist, knowing, when to be a listening ear, opening up emotionally and fulfilling one's cup, being intuitive, listening. This one here is the therapist. So I would say listen to your own heart in that. Follow your intuition and listen to your own heart. Same thing here. All right. We'll go Kipper. And I'm just noticing on this Ten of Cups it's a rainbow. Toilet labor. Let's see. Now I'm going to look at this a couple different ways. This may have a few different messages behind it. Let me get one more. Alright, so toil and labor, working hard, putting in that time, that consistency, showing up day to day, being the one that's stable, putting in that hard work, using a little elbow grease, right? We do this as a societal norm to become that wealthy man here. The wealthy man doesn't always have to be, a man, but someone wealthy, stable, have a firm foundation, putting in all that work just to be wealthy, right? That's the dream. That is the dream. All the while for it to be taken away from you. Because, again, it's going to be taken away from you in the means of which you try to fulfill it, right? We have to be cautious on what we're doing and how we're attempting to do it. The means sometimes does not justify the end. All the way to have your stability taken away from you, your home, your house, your safe place, is a message to, and that, there we go, the message. A message, a guided message as well, to appreciate the gift of life. Don't forget to appreciate the gift, because it's going to be taken away from you. That appreciation, that showing, that message that it is a gift, your abundance, your wealth, it'll be taken away. Your stability can be taken away without the appreciation behind it. So, again, the appreciation goes with that fine balance. Because if we're like, oh, I want to get more money. Yeah, the money's cool. The stability is cool. Being a success is cool. Getting attention, cool. It's romanticized, but we have to think clearly. We have to unblock ourselves and celebrate life. Because, again, we're thriving to just put in hard work. Work. Just to be wealthy, to have it taken away from you. Because with wealth, they say new levels, new devils, right? New level, new devils. You think that all your troubles go away with finances? All your troubles go away when you have, public attention and success? No. that even more comes. So if you were a millionaire, how many people in your family would be asking you for a loan? If you had, an extra $500,000 in the bank accruing interest, how many people would ask you to help them with their rent? Or, repair their car, or kind of give them a boost up? They may not do it to you now because you're probably average like them, or like myself, I'm average. I don't have people come and ask me, but if I do level up and I do obtain that type of fortune or that type of gift, blessing of, stability of not having to worry about money or even have to work for money, I'm quite sure it would change how people approach me and what their conversation is. So we need to be mindful of what we're trying to achieve and why we're trying to achieve it. Choices in love and in life, um, making sure that the heart is pure. Because the strength card identifies to Leo, and I do want to pull that out. Yes, I am biased, Leo. But Leo's govern the heart. The heart must be strong in will and power in order to achieve and restrain oneself, restrict oneself. Um, don't forget, life is a blessing along the way. And just for kicks on the way out, we're going to go ahead and pull some romance angels. And we're going to close it out. Just remember, things, people, and society does not dictate your happiness. Your happiness should come with your own personal fulfillment. And if it does not fulfill you, it's not growing you. If it does not grow you, you're not expanding, so you're staying stuck. You're staying stagnant. And if you're staying stagnant, guess what? To a plant that is supposed to grow, staying stagnant, not growing, not being watered, not being nurtured, not being, expanded upon, that plant withers and dies. And as humans, we like growth. We just get stuck in the normal and complacency, and we have to see through that. Alrighty. Just for love, we have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. We have to discuss, feelings honestly and be open to what others feel as well as our own feelings. I'm going to step away, but I'm going to still speak. Release your ex, clear your energy, all those negative patterns, relationships, not even with, romantic partners, with family members, co-workers, relationships with jobs, and just tendencies that we have had along the way. We need to clear that energy out. That negativity does not breed foreground of growth. It does not change where we are headed. It only keeps us where we're coming from. So if you're trying to move on, you got to clear that energy out. Whatever hurt, whatever thoughts, whatever childhood issues, address them. We cannot grow beyond that if we do not address them and release them. Clear that energy out, understand it, nurture it. We do not seek closure, understanding, or explanation from anyone else except for ourselves. If you are adopted, you come to the understanding first of how you feel about it, and your thoughts on giving children up. You process that for yourself. You start there. Don't go seeking answers from a parent, because that's not gonna get you that closure you need, that peace of mind. Now, once you get to the end of that road, reaching outward should be one of the last steps. And then you take it from there. You clear your energy first. You don't bring anyone's energy in until you do. Have those heart-to-heart conversations and honestly discuss your feelings. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here with, with love. Chemistry must be there. We must be attracted. Typically, and I keep saying must, and I want to remove that. I want to change that or retract that. Chemistry is typically there when we are seeking a romantic partner. There must, that, I keep saying must, but it must be an attraction there in order to draw someone in. So um I feel the energy of just being intimate, being open. The next card is let go of control issues, allow situations to unfold naturally. We like to control lovers and how relationships go and how they appear and what they are on the inside as well as on the outside, but we forget that control starts to manipulate and that keeps us stuck. Having expectations. The Three of Wands also speaks to expectations, expecting, waiting for your ships to come in. Let go of control issues. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner. You see, typically we overlook it, kind of blind for it, and 9 times out of 10, I would equate that to yourself. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. It's always within yourself. You're not looking for anybody. You're looking for you. Because typically you know how to deal with you. You know exactly how you feel. You know how you move. You can trust yourself. So you should be able to, therefore, trust your counterpart. So if you have not developed self-trust, how are you going to develop trust into a counterpart or romantic partner? It doesn't benefit you to adjust yourself for that. Then we have playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. We're all here just to have a good time and enjoy life. We take care of what we need to take care of, but overall, this life was not meant to be unhappy. So, release those restrictions, stay positive, keep a positive mind, you know, fulfill your own cup, do you, boo. That's pretty much all I have for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye. See you guys tomorrow.